Mike Ross, photographic memory, no law degree, and yet one of the most remarkable legal minds to grace the halls of Pearson's Spectre. But as we venture deeper into his character, we realize that Mike's brilliance extends far beyond his intellectual gifts. His real genius lies in his mindset, emotional resilience, and the philosophical depth with which he navigates adversity. Today, we explore the genius of Mike Ross through the lens of ancient Stoic philosophy, examining not just his sharp mind, but the profound Stoic traits that define his approach to life, and how you can cultivate those same traits in your own journey. Mike's first interview with Harvey Specter, a masterclass in composure under pressure. Let's revisit that pivotal moment when Mike first meets Harvey Specter. He enters the room as an outsider, and within minutes he's presented with a series of legal hypotheticals meant to overwhelm him. But what stands out isn't merely his raw intellect, it's his poise. Despite the high stakes, Mike doesn't falter. He remains unshaken. This scenario exemplifies one of the core tenets of Stoic thought, ataraxia, or mental tranquility. The Stoics believe that external events have no power over us unless we allow them to. In this moment, Mike embodies the maxim of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. His ability to maintain focus, despite being in a vulnerable position, highlights an understanding that the only thing within his control is his mind, his reactions, not his circumstances. The mind, when unclouded by emotion, becomes a vessel for pure reason. Mike's genius isn't just his ability to solve problems, it's his mastery over his emotional state, which allows his intelligence to manifest fully. The real lesson here is that true composure under pressure is a cultivated state, a discipline of the mind. Begin training yourself to think in terms of control. Next time you're in a high-stress situation, shift your focus from the outcome, which you can't control, to the actions you can take. Practicing this consistently will gradually diminish anxiety, sharpening your clarity under pressure, just like Mike. Mike's photographic memory, the Stoic art of simplification. Mike's photographic memory often receives the most praise, but in the world of Stoicism, knowledge alone is inert unless it's applied meaningfully. Mike's true genius is not in his ability to recall facts, but in his capacity to sift through the complexity and distill things down to their essential truths. He navigates the law by stripping away superfluous details, focusing only on the core legal principles that matter. This mirrors one of Marcus Aurelius's key teachings in Meditations, the art of reducing every issue to its fundamentals. The Stoics believed that complexity is often an illusion, a mental fog created by our emotional entanglements. When we remove unnecessary details and focus on the essence, clarity emerges. In this sense, Mike's mind operates in a deeply Stoic fashion, cutting through the noise to reveal the truth. Mike exemplifies the simplicity that Stoicism promotes, the power to reduce everything to its fundamental nature, to unearth the bedrock of truth beneath layers of distraction. His photographic memory is merely a tool. His real genius is his ability to transcend complexity, a skill that can be cultivated by anyone willing to adopt a Stoic mindset. In your own life, practice the art of simplification. When confronted with a challenge, break it down to its core elements. Ask yourself, what is the central issue here? This will help you cut through distractions, make better decisions, and, like Mike, find clarity in complexity. Facing personal loss, Mike's Stoic response to his grandmother's death. The loss of Mike's grandmother is one of the most emotionally charged moments in Suits, and it is here that we witness his vulnerability. Yet, even in his grief, Mike demonstrates a profound Stoic wisdom. He acknowledges the pain but doesn't allow it to consume him. The Stoics believed that memento mori, the contemplation of death, is essential to living a virtuous life. To them, death is not an event to be feared, but a reminder of the fleeting nature of life, urging us to live meaningfully in the present. Mike channels his grief into action. Instead of succumbing to despair, he uses his grandmother's memory to fuel his work, embodying the Stoic principle of prohairesis, the ability to choose one's response to external events. Mike doesn't control his grandmother's death, but he controls how he reacts to it. In doing so, he honors her memory by continuing his journey with renewed determination. Grief, like any strong emotion, can become a storm that overwhelms the mind, but the Stoics teach us that while we cannot avoid loss, we can avoid losing ourselves to it. Mike's resilience is a living example of turning suffering into strength, of allowing grief to sharpen, not dull, our pursuit of excellence. When facing personal loss, instead of resisting or denying your pain, allow it to transform you. Ask yourself how you can channel that pain into growth and honor those you've lost by striving to live with greater purpose, as Mike does. Battling imposter syndrome, Mike's internal struggle for self-acceptance. Despite his brilliance, Mike frequently grapples with imposter syndrome, questioning whether he truly deserves his place at Pearson Spectre. This internal battle is deeply Stoic. Marcus Aurelius, arguably one of the most powerful men in history, often wrote about his doubts, reminding himself that true greatness lies not in being perfect, but in striving toward virtue despite our imperfections. Mike's journey is one of self-awareness, a core Stoic trait. The Stoics never demanded perfection, but rather the pursuit of progress. In Mike, we see a Stoic evolution. As he grows, he moves from doubt to self-acceptance, realizing that it's not about having the perfect credentials or being flawless. It's about rising to the challenges life throws at you and doing the best you can with the tools you have. The Stoics understood that imposter syndrome is a natural byproduct of striving for excellence. It is the mind's reaction to its own growth, a symptom of ambition. By accepting this discomfort, we transcend it, learning to measure ourselves by our own progress, not by external standards of perfection. Instead of seeking perfection, focus on self-improvement. Keep a journal to track your daily progress, no matter how small. Reflect on your growth over time and recognize that even self-doubt is a sign that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. Mike's unconventional legal strategies, the Stoic principle of amor fati. In several pivotal moments, Mike's brilliance manifests in his unconventional thinking. He steps outside traditional legal frameworks to find creative solutions, turning constraints into opportunities. This reflects the Stoic principle of amor fati, the love of fate. Stoicism teaches that we must embrace reality as it is, with all its limitations, and see obstacles as integral to the path forward, not barriers to success. Mike doesn't resist the constraints of the law. He embraces them, allowing them to fuel his creativity. This is a prime example of Stoic flexibility, the ability to adapt and thrive within the constraints of the present moment. Mike's ability to think outside the box reveals a deep Stoic truth. Obstacles are not impediments to success, they are the path itself. Amor fati teaches us to welcome every challenge, not as something to be avoided, but as a vital component of our journey toward growth. When faced with limitations or obstacles, adopt the mindset of amor fati. Ask yourself, how can I use these challenges to fuel my progress? Learn to love the constraints, as they will sharpen your skills and deepen your resilience, just like they do for Mike. Resilience and self-mastery, The true source of Mike's genius, Mike Ross's true brilliance, isn't just his photographic memory. It's his stoic mindset, his ability to navigate adversity with clarity, self-discipline, and emotional resilience. Through his journey, we witness the stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and self-control in action. He rises to each challenge not through brute intellectual force, but through mastery over his emotions, the clarity of his thought, and his unwavering pursuit of excellence. Stoicism teaches that the highest form of genius is mastery over the self. Mike's real power lies in his ability to align his actions with his values, his clarity with his purpose. This is the essence of Stoic greatness, the relentless pursuit of self-improvement, grounded in emotional control and resilience. In your own journey, focus on cultivating mastery over yourself. Practice emotional regulation, deepen your self-awareness, and always strive to align your actions with your core values. Like Mike, your true genius lies in your mindset, not just your intellectual capacity. Mike Ross is more than a legal prodigy. He is a living embodiment of Stoic principles in action. His brilliance isn't just his photographic memory, it's his mental composure, his courage in the face of adversity.